Trying to give each people time to get in here. Hey y'all. All right, y'all. We just trying to give people a few minutes to come into the live. I try to do lives every now and then, as you know it. So let's get into it. It's gonna be pretty short, not gonna be a long live. Just just so we can communicate with each other and get some things out, some topics out. So tonight, the point of this live, because I was reading some of the comments, and in some of the comments, someone was asking, we're posting a lot of the problems. When are we going to talk about the solutions? And I was like, that is a good, that's a good thing to talk about. We talk about the problems. When are we going to talk about the solutions? What are some of the solutions? So that's my goal. While we waiting for people to come in, I hope the chat is on for people to be able to communicate. Let's see. Some messages such as potential spam, maybe live chat, all messages are visible. Make sure that's on so people can chat and give their answers. All right, let's get a few more minutes. Let's see. So that's our goal. What is the solution? I think with the solutions, they have to be broken up into different categories. It's not an overall solution. And when I say what's the solution is, the last video I have posted was in regards to someone talking about them being targeted and all the things that a targeted person goes through. And a person was like, yeah, I clearly see the problems. And they checked off and said, yeah, I go through some of these problems, but what is my solution? So with that, it's the reason why the solutions, in my opinion, have to be broken up into different categories is because a lot of people go through different things at different moments and are targeted at different angles. So let's see. All right, we're going 3 minutes in. I'm gonna start in 2 minutes, just 2 more minutes, and then go from there. Just 2 more minutes, give people time to say something. Just 2 minutes, you guys. So we could start saying we gave people 5 minutes to come in because a lot of times they don't notify you right away when someone's going live. So just a few more minutes. And as you guys type, please feel free to type any topic. The ones that are in here already, if you have a topic you want to cover, feel free to say, ask any questions, or if you want me to go over some of the videos I posted and you have concerns or questions, type a question while we wait. Because in 5 minutes, which give us a few seconds, I'm going to start just talking about solutions and some of the solutions that I did and some of the solutions that I have worked. While you wait, I'm going to write it down so I don't forget the topics. So for an example, you got to have different solutions for different things. So for example, at work is a whole different solution than at home. So you would need, oh shoot, work solutions. At home solutions, you would need family slash friend solutions to handle your target. You would need at work, at home, family and friends. What else, you guys? Community. And I think all of them deal with, and then legally. All right, let's start. All right, so once again, this video is in regards to someone have posted and asked, um, in regards to what are some of the solutions. We keep putting out the problems of the people, what people go through. What are solutions? Let's start with the following. Check mark. Let me write that down. Following, so I don't keep going over the same thing. When you are being followed, what are some solutions of how do we handle that? To me, the solution of when somebody is following you, be cautious. Don't just ignore it. Pay attention to the signs. And the number one thing that people got to understand when you're being followed, especially in a car, the number one solution to is drive slow. If you don't got nowhere to go, if you just on your way home, drive slow. The slower you drive, the more obvious it is that someone is following you. Because, for instance, if you want a freeway and people are doing a certain speed and you start driving faster because you're trying to get away from that person, a person can follow you from a distance and it end up catching up to you eventually when you exit. So if you feel like you're being followed and you're on a freeway or on a street, drive slower. The slower you drive, the harder it is for someone to follow you because they start looking crazy and it start to create a scene. So for instance, if you're on the freeway and say your exit is 3 exits down, but you got to pass what 2 more exits to get to that third exit. Drive slow, get off on the exit between your exit, and get right back on the freeway. If someone's bold enough to do all that, they definitely following you. And they following you, and now you know for a fact. And guess what happens? If someone does that, it's more detailed evidence from you to go report it and say, hey, police officer, I feel like somebody was following me and this is what happened. I got off on a freeway intentionally and jumped right back on. And what happened? They intentionally jumped right back on too. I'm pulling over and they're driving slow to try to see where I pull over. Okay, so but when you drive fast and you don't do these tactics, guess what? I can be way behind you and I can see you ahead of me. So it doesn't matter how fast you go. That's why I say drive slow. Drive slow when somebody's following you and harassing you. Okay. And if you're on a regular street and if you're driving and you don't have nowhere to go, pull over. Put your little hazard lights on, pull over like you're looking for something, like you're lost. Pull over. Bust a U if you have time. Because sometimes when they're following you, you got to let them know, I see you following me. So what that means is like, for an example, I'm driving down the street and I'm like, man, I think somebody following me. We know that they follow you every now and then. So me, I'm going to pull over and sit there and let them pass me because I want them to know at the same time that I know you're following me, even though in your mindset you don't care. But sometimes you still got to let them know I see you. Your cover is unblown. Your cover is blown. So get off duty, go somewhere, go where you want to go, but leave me alone today. I'm not in the mood. Because especially when I'm not in the mood to deal with them, my thing is like, I'm gonna just pull over because I don't feel like cussing them out. I don't feel like following them back. I don't feel like entertaining it. So I'll pull over and politely let them pass me. Because if they decide to pull over too, or if they wait for me, then I have a right to approach you and say, are you following me? What are you doing? Take a picture, all type of stuff because their cover is blown. That too, even on the streets. Don't go directly home. Stop at a gas station. They stop at the gas. Sometimes they bold enough to stop at the gas station too. Let me tell you, this is a true story. Always a true story time. This man was following me so bad that I went down the wrong street and the street didn't have an entrance. So it was like a cul-de-sac. I didn't know that. So I went to the cul-de-sac and the person that's following me didn't know where I was going. He went to the cul-de-sac too. On top of going to the cul-de-sac, I said, well, dang, let me go to the gas station because I was like, it's a van. I don't play with these creepy vans. So then I go to the gas station. The same van goes to the gas station. So what happens is I go tells the person next to me, I'm like, these people been following me. Like, this is crazy. I don't know if but this is the thing. You don't always have to assume that it's because you're a target. These people are crazy out here, these sex trafficking people. So you got to be cautious about that too and make sure that it's not that. And I looked at them. I said, are y'all following me? I rolled down my window with my car on because he goes to the gas station and the man hops out the gas like he's paying for his gas. And I said, oh, I just saw y'all. Are y'all following me? And I'm telling the little clerk that works there because this is a gas station I go to all the time and she knows me. And I'm like, these people following me. And I got back in my car and I rode up next to them and said, are y'all following me? Don't do that. You know? I said, don't do that. And I got in my, and this is why my car's running while they're out the car. You know, I'm not saying bold and get crazy, but I told them, like, because I'm like, I'm not about to play with y'all because I don't know if these were the people that were sent to be the target to scare you for harassment, or were they following me because they see I was by myself. Just in general, women, you got to be careful. Even with your kids, you got to be careful. These people are trying to snatch you and your kids up, right? So sometimes you got to get bold and let them know, I see you, leave me alone. And and I put on my phone while I'm asking them, are you guys following me? Because I was just down that street. Y'all down that street. I go to the gas station. You're at the gas station too. Let them know to record. And they act like they didn't understand what I was saying. It was like, most people have been like, following you. Who following? Like, what are you talking about? Like, no, not doing it. He was just like, so I don't know if it was just a random person or if it was targeted. So that's my intake on when you're being followed. Let me go right over it again. When you're being followed, the slower you drive, the harder it is for someone to engage and follow you because it's too obviously. So if you got time, drive slow. If you got time, pull over. It's even better. Okay, so next, let's talk about family and friends. What's the solution? The solution is to speak up and speak out about it. And what I mean by speak up is, let me write this down so I don't go over everything. The same thing, family/friends. The reason why I say the solution to your targeting is actually speak up and speak out. When you feel like your family and friends are in on it and you at a state of mind where you're comfortable enough to talk about it, talk about it. Don't just sit there and let these people do stuff to you. For instance, I don't want you around me if you're sneakily doing stuff to me anyway. So I felt like me speaking up and my family would disown me. They're not my family anyways. I should be able to come to a friend or family and say, this is happening to me, and they should be supportive. If you don't support me when I'm down, but you only support me when I'm good, then you're not a real friend or family. So that's the solution. Stop allowing it to happen because you're scared of how they're going to react. Who cares how to react? By them not reacting is a bad sign, period. Meaning, if I come to my sister and I say, hey, this is happening and I feel like you guys are against me, and you can call me crazy all you want crazy. I know what I know. And if they look at you and don't want to explain themselves, or they just want to brush you off, then that's your solution right there. The solution is telling you how they react is your solution on how you're going to change and how you're going to act. So for an example, let's just say I went to this person. I'm like, hey, I don't know what's going on in my life. I feel like this is happening. I went to cousins, I went to friends, I went to family. So this is a solution about being targeted. I even went to my own mom. My mom didn't understand. She was like, why would somebody want to do that? That was her response, but she still responded. Why would somebody want to do that? Did she think I was crazy? Yes. And you can't get mad at somebody not understanding what you're going through, because if I wasn't going through it and my son came to me, I'd have been like, dang, something wrong with my son. He think people after him and he don't even do nothing. Why would these people want to be after him? I will react like that too. Like, oh my God, I think my son is going crazy. Right? So for instance, I didn't get mad because she didn't understand. What I got mad for because she didn't try to help. And help looks like this. I don't know what you're going through, but maybe if you look at this, or let me call and check on you. That's what help looks like. So my solution to that is I didn't disown everybody in my family because I felt like that's not a good solution of disowning people. Only ones I disowned is one I knew for a fact that was against me. I didn't disown somebody because they didn't understand what I was going through. I tried my best to explain it to them, and I tried my best just to keep my guards up. But the ones that I felt was calling me all the time, popping up at my house, I had that eerie feeling they was trying to set me up. Cut them off. Cut them off. Period. That's the solution. Why give them an opportunity to continue to hurt you? Why give them an opportunity to do stuff to you? Cut them off. Period. So that's the solution on that with friends and family. And the friends and family, and when it comes to the friends, same thing. If I tell you I'm going through something and your response is to cut me off, then God gave me the solution for that problem. God is not going to allow someone to be in your life that is not going to ride for you or not going to be down for you like four flat tires, period. So that is solutions for that. So the reason, once again, for those of you that just came in, the topic is solutions because someone said we always talking about the problems, but we are not talking about the solutions. So these are some of the solutions that I'm trying to give out there, how I actually use these, and they were solutions for me. I spoke up about my targeting to multiple people because, like I said, I believe I was targeted for retaliation based off of my advocacy because I advocated for multiple people within my community, and then also a lawsuit that was obtained. So I don't know which one got me targeted, but I am targeted. I accept it now. Um, it's stuff that you could be done, but it's hard to do it. But we're talking about that, and we're on the topic of family and friends. That was my solution, speaking up. When I was quiet and going through it by myself, that was very hard. And then the way they reacted to it is how I knew how to handle it. If someone wasn't supportive for me, then I realized I feed them with a long wooden spoon. And support looks like different things. So whatever support is to you, make sure you clarify that. Because support can be someone just ignoring it with you and thinking that's how you want to handle it. Or support can be you telling that person, check up on me every now and then, or if you got any resources, or if you got prayers, whatever you feel support is, let them know. I had some family members that will say, hey, call these legal services. I had some people send me websites of other people's stories so that I can hear how they handle it, what they're going through. I had some people will be like, not you, and talk to me and we laugh about it. I had some people like, somebody messed with you, is on and cracking. I had different types of support. So that's the solution for how they deal with family and friends. Okay, so now what about community harassment? This one gets tricky because it's so many ways you can go about dealing with community harassment. And those that don't know what community harassment is when you have people like your neighbors who come outside when you come outside. You have the smear campaigns. You have people causing damage to your car. So let's start with the neighbors coming in when you're coming out. The best solution for that is to be happy. Be happy. And you like, why be happy? Because it bothers them to see that you're unbothered by their tactics. Okay? Be happy. And don't speak and don't be nice. I was happy with myself and let them know like my life is good, but it don't and enjoy you. Like for instance, there was a neighbor that every time we would come outside, I live right in front of the pool. He wants to sit there and go swimming until we come home. It can be 12 o'clock at night. He's in the pool. It one day it was raining. I had to videotape it because it looked awkward because he doesn't live over here. He lives like way across like 3 lanes from me. So it's no other reason for him to be over here. So he uses the pool as a form of saying, because I live right in front of a form of watching. It's raining and this man is in a pool. He's in the pool while it's raining, y'all. I can't make this up. It wasn't raining hard, but it still was raining. It was sprinkling just until we get there. As soon as we get there, he'll jump out. So I started, smiling and kicking it with my kids and staying outside. Because the longer I stay outside, the longer he has to swim. Even on days when it's cold or even on days when it's hot. Get your little swim on because we're going to sit on our porch. We're not going in the house today. Because usually this is what he would do. As soon as I come home, all of a sudden it's time for him to get out the pool. Or so as I'm parking, it's time for him to go swimming. It was little tactics like that he would do. And then the crazy part, one day during COVID, our pool had a rule where if you go swimming, let that family go and just be respectable of your time and then get out. So as soon as I get my kids and we like, oh, let's go sit in the pool. Here he comes, this same man. And I said, you see the sign, it says one family at a time. So why are you coming in here? And he goes, oh, my bad, my bad, my bad. Usually I wouldn't be that type of person. I'd be like, come on, it's cold. As long as you stay on that side of the pool, we stay on that side, it doesn't matter. It's big enough for more than one family. But I followed the rules that day. It says one family at a time and we was here first. So you need to go. And I said, you go swimming every day anyways. So every time I see you in the pool, I was rude like that. Why respect somebody that's against you that's causing your family harm? And this same man, he would try to say hi to me before because they really think that you're naive, that you don't understand the tactics that they're doing. Okay, so every time I come, you're swimming. Every time I leave, you're swimming. It could be 11 p.m. at night and you still swimming. Ain't that much swimming in the world, right? And so when he would see me outside of the pool area, he would be like, hey, how you doing? Like I don't see him. You know what I'm saying? But then somebody can be right behind him. And I'm like, hey, good morning. How are you? To let them know, like, we don't have to entertain you. You don't have to entertain us. Don't be nice to me, to play it as a tactic, as that you're just so gentle type person, to make us feel like, oh, we're watching you, but we're not. We're just friendly neighbors. No, no, no. Don't give them the benefit of doubt and get into be in your bubble. So that's the solution of how to handle the neighbors. And then, the ones that's like I told you, my neighbor that was next door, that she will wait like she's talking to her friends, but I have a camera on my phone that I can watch. So as soon as I go in the house, I can see what they do as soon as I leave. Okay, my phone is connected to my house, but it points outside where I can see everything. So the neighbor would do certain things like this. She'll stand in front of the gate where I gotta get in, and she's talking to a friend. As soon as my door closed, all of a sudden the conversation just stopped midway. I'm literally like, as soon as the door closed, the friend is walking off. But it kept happening on and on. So that would led me to say, let me look at my camera, because their kids is going to school. They kids take the bus, so their kids leave earlier. So I'm like, they always just stand there by the gate talking. And I caught her one time, kept looking to see when I went in. So I said, let me watch my camera. So I watched my camera, and sure enough, as soon as I walk away, all of a sudden their conversation is done. It's time for everybody to leave. And so I recorded it. And in this time, as I recorded it, I saved it to my phone so I can have proof. Okay. So this, what? Always say proof. You never know when you're going to need it. So this is what happened, bringing forward. We're talking about solutions once again. So my son was sitting on the porch one day. I was not there. I was at work. He beat me home. Usually I beat him home. Okay. My son is 15 years old. He not 8. He's not 10. He's not 7. He has a key, but he forgot it that day. So she comes to him, where's your mom? Because she knows what time I get off work. She knows everything because she's watching. And then he said he's texting me like he's not answering her. And she said, I said, where's your mom at? Because you're just sitting here. Why are you just sitting here outside? Not what you said. Did you need anything? Do you have a phone? Are you okay? Where's your mom? Are you locked out of your house? Or was she's asking him multiple questions, and then he's calling me at the same time, right? And then so when I got there, I let her up. I said, excuse me. I waited for her. I didn't knock at her door. Don't go on their territory. That's not a solution, because when you're dealing with their property, that gives them a right to say you're harassing them, a right to say that you are the problem. So I waited for her. It wasn't this exact same day, but the next day, because she's going to be waiting for me. Because every time I might get my kids and get them ready for school, she's waiting for me. So I knew she was going to do this same tactic, because she thinks I don't know, because I was really nice to her. Because in my opinion, she was a nice lady. I was really nice to her, but I knew she was a watcher. So this is how I did it. I said, I know she's going to be waiting for me in the morning or in the afternoon. Either or, I know I'm going to see her, because she's a watcher. She's one of those watchers. You have an aggressive watcher. The ones that watch you so hard that they do anything to compromise their safety to watch you. She was one of those. And she was so aggressive. But when I first moved here, before the slander came, she was really nice to me. So I tried, the people that I say I forgive them for they don't know what they do, I try to treat them with kindness in the beginning until they do something to piss me off. Okay, so she waited for me like she always do at the gate. And when I said, don't hold the gate for me, and she said, what? I said, I told you, don't hold the gate for me. I don't want you to do anything to have to do pertaining to me and my family. I said, because I was waiting for you, because when you came to my son and asked him all them questions, I don't appreciate that. I don't say nothing to you or your kids. I thought you was being nosy like you always do. And she gonna say, I was just asking him because he was sitting outside by himself. I said, he's 15 years old. And you know that I'm not the type of mother to leave my kid out there. Is he out there all the time? And I said, and you and your friends that sit there and watch me? And she said, what? And she turned around real quick. I said, yeah, you think I didn't know how you guys sit there. As soon as I go in, all of a sudden your conversation is over and you want to go in the house? That's called a watcher. That's called a stalker. That's called being illegal tactic. And as I'm talking, she's walking away. Quick, quick. I said, yeah, and her husband is holding the door open, but he's peeking through the door. He not came out. If somebody was talking to my wife, my husband like that, I'd have came outside like, what? He's peeking through the door like this, you guys, like, listening to me. And I said, yeah, I know how you guys sit there and watch me. I said, for what? I don't care. I said, you guys want to get to know somebody, you talk to them, ask questions. See, that's what I'm saying. It gave me, you wait to the right moment to tell them about themselves. And that was the right moment because she approached my kid. That gives me ammo to say, don't approach my kid. And at the same time, gave me the authority to tell her about herself. I don't just go around telling people about themselves because then you look crazy. So when I said, yeah, I know how you watch me, you and your friends, y'all sit there and talk and kiki. And as soon as I leave, you guys want to run in the house. And she was like, what? And she just started walking out. Not once did she deny it and say, that's not true. I don't know what you're talking about. She goes, what? And her husband's like this because I got loud because I'm getting angry. As you start thinking of how people try to be nice to you and fake to you, it makes you mad to be like, oh, you don't even know me. I did nothing to you. You see me clock going to work and coming home and that's it, right? And so I tell her about herself. And once again, she goes in and she's like, what? And then she just hurried off, y'all. So that's what I'm saying. There is solutions. Yeah, we talk about the problem because there's more problems happening, but there are solutions. Anybody have anything to say? I don't have any comments at the bottom. So I don't want to just be ramble. I want to interject and tell what you guys feel about these solutions as well. But listen, do you think she still was targeting me? Not as heavily as she was. She stopped for a cool minute. She stopped for a cool minute waiting for me. But I told her about herself. So that was a solution because it actually got excuse my lashes, it was raining outside. It actually got the job done. It stopped her from messing with me. But now that I'm making this video, they're going to try to get her to probably do it again because they like to play little games like, oh yeah, you think you're running something? No, you're not. We're gonna have her mess with you again, but she not crazy, right? So listen, I'm telling you, there is solutions to it. So it's a time and a place to speak up. It's a time and a place to tell somebody following you. I done told more than one person around here about them harassing people, right? Like I told you, the girl that was stealing my stuff, and I got it on camera. And back to that. And then when she said, and I was waiting for her to tell me she wasn't sitting there with her friends because remember I told you I recorded on my phone. I wanted to sit there and say, as soon as she would have said no or her husband would have got into it and said, no, that's not true, I'd have been like, what is this? I said, I'm like, you see me walking by. As soon as you hear my door close, because my camera catches everything. My camera's in my window next to my door. As soon as I close the door, while I'm sitting there done talking, I have it on camera. Get y'all some cameras. Get y'all some proof. Okay? Like the lady that was stealing my boxes. Let me tell you what these people did. There's always solutions. These cameras are a solution to your neighborhood community harassment. She was stealing my boxes. What happened was Amazon was delivering my stuff to her. We have a total different address. Total different address. Okay, same letter but different address. But it was happening more than once. I felt like Amazon was doing it on purpose. Okay. The lady took my boxes and she lied and said she didn't. And then I have it on camera when the people delivered it and when she picked it up and brought it in her house. And Amazon tell you the same time they deliver it and they scan it and they take a picture. I said, see, they took a picture in front of your door. Called the office. This is the solution. She didn't want to do nothing about it. Once again, do not come to their house. So I politely sat in my car and hoping I run into her. I would not just get out my car. And then when I seen her pull up, on her window, ma'am, you got my boxes. The office already called and told you that you have my boxes. Just give me back my stuff. And she said, I ain't no damn Amazon. They delivered it to me. You're not Amazon, but if Amazon accidentally gave it to you, why keep somebody's stuff hostage? I said, you ain't Amazon, but you could have kept my stuff on the porch where I can easily walk over there and pick it up. I done did it before, and I would have left you a note. Wrong house. They deliver it to your house. These are my packages. This ain't your name. This ain't even your address on this box. So she got smart. And when she got smart, the old me came out and I went off, y'all. Like popped off. Like, I'm gonna never encourage that. But when she said, I ain't no damn Amazon. So the things that they do to you is to get you out of your element. I did not handle that the right way by going off on her to the point where I was like, if I got to fight for respect, that's what I had to do. That's what my mental state was at that time. I don't think like that anymore. Mind you, this is when you upset and you don't have emotional control. So that's why you got to go in there when you're not upset, right? And you know that this is the thing. They do stuff to you, but when they see you react, they get nervous. So what happened was she calls the office and then she calls her boyfriend to come talk to me. You're a woman. Why you need a man to come talk to me? So if I call my peoples to come talk to you, all this will be happening over you stealing my boxes, over my stuff. Okay, so the thing that where she backfired at, I know how to handle myself. So This man is waiting for me. Okay, I pull up and he goes, "Can I talk to you?" I seen him before. He was nice in the past, so I didn't feel threatened, but I still had my guards up. And I said, "Why, what's up?" Kept my distance. He was like, "Yeah, so my girl said you got into it with her." I said, "Did she tell you why?" He said, "Yeah, but it didn't have to go that far." I said, "She was rude." And he said, "No, she's not a rude person." I said, "Because you was her man or whatever situation y'all have, but she's trying to nurse something. She ain't no damn Amazon, so she didn't have to give me my boxes back." I said, "But sir, I went to your house. I could have easily picked up the boxes from your house. They was not on the ground anymore. She took them in the house." I'm still talking to him polite. And he was like, "Well, she's not rude." I said, "Yes, she is." I said, "I don't have to lie on her." And he said, "Well, she said that you went off on her." I said, "Yes, I did." I said, "If she's here now, I would do it again. Is she here? Does she need to come outside?" That's how I'm talking to him. Finally, somebody's talking. Okay, so yeah, is a game of push your buttons. Exactly. And that's how I felt they was doing it. And they said, um, things is thing is they can't handle survival, the battles we deal with daily. They are zombies just feeding off living souls. Correctly, right? And so they're pushing my buttons, and at that time, like I said, I lost it. And I'm talking to him, and he's making it seem like I was gonna lie. I said, "Yeah, I did." I said, "I did go off on her." I said, "I'll go off on her again because I don't deserve the disrespect." And I said, "As I see you coming and going, sir, you see our family don't be outside. We come in, we go inside, and that's it. You don't hear us do nothing." And then on top of that, this same lady that took my Amazon boxes, I guess she was mad because I had her on camera about her stealing my boxes. She sent her kids over to take my camera off my porch because at this time I had my camera on the outside of my porch, not inside my window. And I said, and I told them about that. I said, and to prove that she was so guilty, she had her little kids coming here and touch my property. I said, if I was an a-hole, I could press charges for that because that's damages somebody's property and that's stealing. Okay. And he was like, no. I said, "Oh, here is the video right here." That's why I said these cameras will help you just to prove people wrong. I said, "Here's the video right here. This is not her child." And he was like, "Well, that's her kids. They're not my kid." He felt stupid and he kept saying that she's such a good person. He didn't know all this stuff that she was doing. People would tell one-sided stories to make you look like the crazy person or combative person. That's why you got to have some type of witness. If you can't have somebody on the phone or have your phone use it as a recording while you're talking to somebody or have you some surveillance cameras everywhere you go. And so then I showed him, I said, "These your kid?" He said, "Oh, those her kids." And he gets to apologizing. So she thought this man was gonna come out there and cuss me out because he said, "Well, she told me not to come out here and go off." I said, "Go off on who?" Because I'm like, on who? I'm looking at him like, for what? For me taking care of myself. So if I stole your stuff or anybody stole your stuff, you gonna just let that slide? And he like, "No, no, you have a right to that." And he was like, "I apologize on behalf of her." And all of a sudden, this man became trying to become my best friend. Every time I seen him, he like, "Let me get the gate for you." Let me, because I think they think that we are some criminals and that we gotta run and go in hiding. So if somebody approaches us or come at us, we like back up or no. I was like, go off on who? For what? For me coming to get my stuff? They lucky I didn't pop off. I said the reason why I popped up on her because she disrespectful. And then kind of find out him and her start getting into it. I don't know if she got mad because he didn't go off on me. I don't know. They separated. A lot of stuff started happening to them. That's why I said God don't play about his because a lot of karma start happening to them. They start having people coming to their house and they had to move and then they moved back overnight. It was a whole bunch of crazy stuff that was happening. Car got in an accident. They car bumper all off. I said, "See, look at God. God done told me I don't have to do nothing about it, but I got my stuff back." And the landlord told them if they ever catch them doing something, they're gonna get evicted. And he came and told me, "Yeah, the landlord told me if my kids do anything else or if we get into it again, they're gonna evict us." And he was like, "Dang, why'd that have to happen?" I was like, "Your girl, that's more than once she done took my boxes." I said, "Sir, I done had stuff delivered to me and I politely delivered it to the people's house because it was Amazon fault. Why take it on the person that and this person next door to me, I got a delivery and I thought it was mine. I just opened it without reading it and it was an iPhone. I still took the time to knock on my neighbor's door and said, "Hey, I got an iPhone. I'm sorry it's open. I wasn't trying to see what it is. As you can see, everything is here. But because I'm expecting a delivery too, I just opened the box and didn't even think to read it." And they're like, "Oh, it's okay. It's okay." You see what I'm saying? I could have been janky and kept it because, but long story short, let me read. It says, "No, this type of mindset are psychopaths and they gaslight you into questioning your innocence. That part too. That part too. So yeah, that's another solution. So that's the solution. Those of you that we're talking about solutions on how to handle your targeting, because like I said, someone posted and said we always talking about the problem. It's time to talk about the solutions. So we talked about how to handle when people follow you, how to handle community harassment, how to handle family and friends. What about the workplace? The workplace is a lot of targets' worst nightmare, is where the targeting happened, where they gaslight you the most. So let's get into that. With the targeting at work, is the mental state is really hard because you got to try to stay professional at the same time deal with workplace mobbing. And those that know what mobbing is when more than one of your co-worker comes at you or try to sabotage your work or say things about you and have more than one person against you. So how I dealt with that is I stayed to myself in the beginning of it. And then all of a sudden I had to branch out and talk to people because we had to get in groups and have partners. And when I did that, I learned how to keep my confidence up, to not try to tune out what they're doing by affirmations in the morning. I played videos, I played prayers. I sat in my car and got a breather. When I ate lunch, I stayed to myself, or if I didn't, I tried to stay normal and block out how people really assumed I was. And then when the harassment became too hard, it says, I called out of work today. There's no relief at home, not stores, still unmarried, no understanding friends, just so tired. And that's another thing. And if you feel like you can't handle it, call off. I called off a lot, but I document every time I called off. For example, the first incident when I had workplace mobbing that was heavily hard, I was working in a hospital in an office setting where it's easier to trap somebody. People would take my paperwork and make me look like I didn't know how to do my job. I'm like, I know it was sitting right here on my desk, and then it'll come up missing, and I'll have to reprint it, or I lost it and it looked like I don't know how to do my job. I start documenting things. Then I will have people come up to me and say negative stuff about me to my face because they felt they was entitled or they was pushed to do it to bully me. And I would document that. And then when I didn't come to work, I would tell my manager, I'm not coming into work because it's a hostile environment. And I would write down, why did I feel it was hostile? I said, because I know I placed papers on my thing. I'm not a messy person. You see how I carry myself, and my desk is very organized and neat. But I feel like when I'm leaving, somebody's taking my stuff and moving it around. Then I would tell her, and as I told you, so and so said something negative to me and it's making me feel uncomfortable and nothing was done. I still got to work with this person. So I didn't want to come in due to the stress levels. I needed to gather my thoughts and not come to work. And that's what I would say. I don't call off and say I'm sick. I called off and told them exactly why I wasn't coming. Either y'all fix the situation or not. And the thing about it, I won my case because of that. I won my case. I was allowed to quit and still got paid unemployment because I quit because my manager never handled these documentation. And let me tell you how I did it. I emailed her when I told her this. I emailed my manager and say, hey, when you have a moment, can I talk to you because I'm feeling uncomfortable in this thing. When you have a moment, can you call me in the office? Because we was email each other because like I said, we worked in a office setting. A lot of time we wasn't allowed to just get up and walk around, so we would email each other. That's how we would communicate with people, or we wait till we see the person or go on lunch and we will talk. Paper trail everything, especially in the work office, because it's going to help you in the end. Because a lot of people are like, well, you can't quit a job and get them. Yeah, you can. If they don't fix the situation, and I went to HR as well to tell them like, hey, I already spoke to my man. You give the people a number of opportunities to fix the situation before you can get to that point of quit. So as my office manager wasn't doing anything because she told me, just ignore it. Why? Why do I have to ignore it? I don't deserve this treatment. No, I'm not going to ignore it. I said, you need to tell them to stop or we need to have a mediation. And she didn't even want to have a mediation. Why? Because they all in on it. But that's illegal. Follow the rules, right? So after that, I was like, well, let me go to HR. So I told HR about it. HR was like, well, give them an opportunity to do it. And I told them it's been multiple months already that I've been dealing with this. And I said, and it's also, they're slandering, they're doing this, they're saying this, they're doing this. And HR was like, give them time. And I said, I don't have to give them time because my mental health is doesn't deserve this type of environment, in a hostile environment. So then I end up sending them a resignation letter. And in my resignation letter, I broke it down like it was a resume. So that's why I say you document, you date and time. On my in my resignation letter, I don't know if I'm saying that right, but my quit letter, I wrote, I am quitting due to a hostile environment on October 25th at 2 p.m. So and so Keisha said that I need to lose weight. On this, Keisha said this about my kids. On October 5th, I told my manager, she told me to ignore it. On this date, my papers come in missing. And I told her I went to the bathroom and came back. All of a sudden, my paper, I start documenting stuff like that. It says, since I don't have a locked file cabinet, I use a mini lock on my purse. I don't bring my lunch to avoid people messing with my food. I try to park in the same lot. I have my phone ready and take pictures. Yes, that's exactly what I do. Same thing. When I bring lunch, I bring an ice pack like the kids in school and keep my lunch in my purse next to me because people will tamper with your food. True story. On my personals, and like you said, as soon as I get ready to go to my car, I have my phone out. Sometimes I have my phone on record already ready as I'm walking, and then if it's nothing to record, I politely delete it so I can save memory on my phone. That's Thank you for saying that because they need to know that that's important. Keep your food with you. Stop just leaving your food in your refrigerator. They do have bags with locks on it. If you put your food in a refrigerator at work, put a lock on it because they will tamper with your food. These people are evil, sick people. They'll spit in your food and try to sit back and watch you to see if you're going to eat it. Okay, they do stupid stuff like that. But yeah, always document it. Like I said, when I resigned, I put on there dates and times of why I resigned and what led to my mental health, and I still got unemployment. So you can quit from jobs to give you time, to give you space to look for another job, but it's ladders you have to climb. Don't be scared to tell these people that you're getting harassed, but don't sit there and say, I'm a targeted individual, and in the workplace, these people are lying on me. Don't do all that. Make it fit the narrative that they put you in. Like everybody else don't see what's really going on, so you got to stay in that box and play along with the script like it's a movie. You got your script, they got your script, that they script as well, and you stick to their script and you play along with it. Like you don't know what's going on, why this is happening to you. I don't know why Susan don't like me. You know why, because you've been lied on. But Susan is very mean to me. Every time I pass Susan on March 5th, Susan bumped into me. And on March 25th, Susan bumped into me again. And I told her, stop bumping into me. Right? Because I used to get people bumping into me. I used to get people doing stuff like that. And I will be a little tattleteller. Who cares? And I told my manager, what you want me to do with it? Just note that I told you. So if I got to take it further, you are noted. And I'm noted that I came in your office and told you that this is what's happening. And he's like, oh, okay. But anyways, let's move forward. So anybody have anything else to say? We went over solutions because, like I said, we're talking about more solutions than problem. Here's some safety tactics that you can use at your house for some solutions to knowing when they're coming in and out your house. For example, if you have a welcome mat, put some crackers under your welcome mat. Don't step on them. Step over the welcome mat. So make sure nobody outside seeing you do this. Put you some crackers, some thin crackers like wheat thins or them rich crackers that break easily, and you place the welcome mat over it. The reason why you're doing this, if you come home and you raise the welcome mat up, you know somebody done step near your door too close to the point where they either try to come in your house or they're tampering around your home. Because if they stepped on those crackers and those crackers are broke, somebody was here near your house. And that's a good tactic because when you get those welcome mats that's kind of thick, they're not going to know them crackers are under there. Or if you can, when you leave, you put you a jar by your by your door. So if it's pushed back, that means that somebody opened the door and didn't even know. Stuff like that. Keep tactics like that, which you always keep something there to help you. If you go walking, bring a cane, bring some pepper spray, bring whatever to keep you safe. Get those tools, stuff like that. That's a solution. Another solution overall is speak up and speak out. If you're not the type of person that's like to be boisterous like I am on Facebook and all that, you can do anonymous videos. Like there's this guy that I follow named Truth. I think it's called Truth Speak or Truth TV, where he makes little cartoon images and he tells about different events that happen because he don't want people to know his face, and he has a lot of followers. Um, there was times that I make videos and never showed my face. Like you will hear my voice, but I never would show my appearance on TV if you want to feel safer that way. What else? Yeah, good idea. Have a combination lock to keep your toothbrush, face wash, all type of stuff. That whatever puts you in the right mindset, do whatever makes you comfortable. Meaning, like if you feel like I need to lock my refrigerator when I leave, do that. Put a lock on your refrigerator so when you come home, you like, okay, it's kind of impossible for them to tamper with my food because they do crazy stuff breaking in people's homes. Get you some surveillance cameras. Get whatever makes you feel comfortable. Don't never worry about what people gonna think about you. I stopped worrying about the number one thing. Stop worrying about what other people think. Do what makes you feel comfortable. On my cars, I got cameras in the front and the back. Like I told you, I just got hit and I was waiting for him to lie because I'm looking like, got a camera right there, got a camera in the back of me, got a camera right here that I'm holding, all type of stuff. Okay. What else? Keep your old phones. Don't throw your old phones away. Those phones still record. They don't have to be in service for them to record a video. Keep your old phone with you if you want, because you want to be able to have a phone for talking and a phone for recording. Because it was times where I had to call the police because these people try to play me, and I almost went left. And I said, just call the police on these people. And the police had to come because I was about to take it there. I was like, I'm not going to, I'm recording the police officer as I'm recording them as I'm talking. True story. What else? So pretty much, oh yes, tactics like that. So if you want to know somebody in your home, put you some you can get wheel locks on your tires. I mean, you can, but if it's that serious that you got to get wheel tires, you're going to have to amp it up. Let them know stop playing with you. Let them know stop playing with you. Because I'm sorry. I'm a girl I don't like people playing with me like that. I feel I'm going to speak up before I have to do all of that. Like the ones that are heavy and stalking me, I don't tell them stop playing with me. Or I don't tell them I will follow you just like you follow me. I do the street theater like they do on me. I will talk on my phone to one of my friends or whoever, and I'll be like, yeah, this is the person that always follow me. They think I don't know. And I would do the street theater and not talk to them, but talk about them as I'm walking by. Yeah, they sit out here and watch me all the time. I'm not playing with these people. I said, yeah, but they don't understand what goes around, come around. Stop letting these people do stuff to you. They sell, I'm sorry, I can't read. They sell camera pins, USB looking cameras that you can insert SD cards. True. I used to have these glasses, and they was camera glasses, and I used to wear them when I go to the store because they used to stock me bad in the store, and they didn't even know. Then when I start posting my videos on Facebook of how they was stalking me, it slowed down. So that is a solution. The camera surveillance work. I start posting. If you go all the way back to my old videos, you will see how I was catching them, and then they felt stupid. They like, dang, and they slowed down because they start knowing when you recorded them, they like roaches. Your video recorded is like a can of Raid. When they see you recording, they disperse because they don't want none of this caught on camera. They don't want no evidence of what's going on. They ran like roaches. The messing with me went down because they knew that she wasn't scared to record. And then at me, I will upload it. Like, yep, let me tell you how this person did me the story. Y'all want to see? Boom, and I will record it. And sometimes I don't upload all this tactics anymore because I'll be like, I'm not giving them energy. Let them think that I'm not watching. When they know you watching, they amp it down. And when they think you're not, they start amping it up. Let them know. Right? But yeah, speak up. When it comes to the point of where you feeling unsafe, I think it's time to speak up to them directly. Like, okay, I'll let you play with me once from a distance, but when they start getting close and doing stuff like that, yeah, you got to let them know. I told you I don't let more than one of them know like they playing games with me, and I done told you I act like the tactics that they taught me or that they did to me, I took it from them and did the same thing to them. Sometimes you got to be petty and do the same things that they're doing to you. When they did that street theater, I'll be like, I'll be on the phone. I don't even have to be talking to somebody. Yeah, it's funny how I always see this same man every time I come outside. I don't know. Maybe he get paid to come outside. I would do stuff like that. And they act like they don't hear me, but I guaranteed I stopped seeing them. And it said, okay, I'm reading the comment. It said, yeah, these cycles are so many. They are related on the whole block and neighborhood. My SHIT is real bad. Yes, mine's is real bad, but it got better to the point where I'm in control now. Like when I go out, I know they're gonna be there harassing me. I know that, but I let them see that they're not bothering, they're not stopping my shine. Sometimes I go out when I'm in the right mental state, and sometimes I stay in the house. I don't feel like I'm missing anything. It was just my birthday, y'all. And people like, you want to go out? You want to go out? I'm like, yeah, maybe so. No, it's not a big thing to me anymore because, my life is so hard to be feeling like, dang, celebrating my life is kind of hard because the celebration gets overtaken by the stuff that I'm dealing with. Like me, getting jobs and stuff is just hard for me. When you got all these degrees and can't get a good job because you're shadow banned, you're blocked. Just how I was talking to you guys about this YouTube stuff. I get a lot of views, but they're saying I don't get enough watch time. Like people's not watching my videos. How is that possible when you get like 4.k people watching your videos on multiple videos, but they're saying you don't have enough watch time? So I don't get monetized. I don't get paid for it. But as you see, I'm still making videos because my goal is to get the word out. That is solution. When I used to sit in the house and not do anything about it, it ate me up. So if you don't feel like talking, like I said, if you were the type person to just take letters, go buy you some stamps, write out what targeting is, educate your community, mail it to random people, mail it to your neighbors. I used to do stuff like that. I used to take my money, I would type it up and make flyers, just informational flyers about do you guys know what targeting is, and do you know you guys can be manipulated into targeting innocent people? I would do stuff like that, put in the envelopes, and I would mail it to my neighbors. Or sometimes the people that was harassing me to the point where I felt they was getting too close, I will hand them a flyer. And now I would use my friend. I say, hey, my friend is going through something in her community, and I want to spread the word to help my friend out. I would use that tactic and hand them a flyer when I know they're part of targeting. I would do stuff like that. Happy belated birth. Thank you. Yeah, this is unreal. Like they block every aspect of your life. I feel bad for those who lived before us and had no one. That part. Without social media, can you imagine those that went through targeting and didn't have nobody to connect to like you and I did? How did they survive? That's probably why so many people was suicidal or doing stuff because of that point, because they was going through so much and they had no voice, they had nobody to believe them, they had no resources to understand what was going on. Like me, the only reason why I know what was going on, because like I said, somebody was harassing me, when they was following me, and I started getting paranoid. I started getting paranoid to the point where I didn't want to go outside. I would turn all my lights off in my house because I was like, I don't want anybody to know I'm home or nothing. I know what's going on, right? And so I called a lawyer, and I was like, something's going on. I think somebody's trying to set me up. Da, da. And that's how I found out what targeting was. This lawyer said, don't do anything. Are you involved in any criminal activity? Be real so I can help you. I said, no, I'm not doing anything. He said, are you around anybody that has a criminal background? I said, yeah, but this. And then he said, okay, well, they could be surveilling that person and they're targeting. He used the word targeting who's ever around that person in order to get information on that person. And when he said targeting, so I start Googling targeting, people who get targeted. Why do people get targeted? And that's how targeting individuals came up, by me just using those terms, right? So I'm gonna wrap it up. I just wanted to bring some solutions. Anybody have any more solutions, always feel free to lead us in the right direction. And like you said, I'm gonna start dropping more videos in regards to solutions and some of the problems, because when we talk about only the problem, people ain't gonna know how to survive. But do what you gotta do. Make flyers, pass them out, sit on people's car, brochures, anything. Nowadays, you have Microsoft that will make it for you. If you go on Microsoft and do templates, a brochure template, copy and paste, go to Google. What is a target individual? Copy and paste that. Why some people are targeted? Copy and paste that. Put it on a flyer. pass it out to them. And in my community, my local copy place only charged 10 cents to make copies, so that was nothing. It might went up now because I wanted when I use color, but I used to pass them out to people, especially to the ones that was targeting me, and they seemed like they was nice people. I wanted them to know that they was doing wrong and they didn't even know it. Right. So, all right. Talk to you guys soon. Thank those of you that stayed in and tuned in. I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate y'all support. Let's continue to keep our heads up, live your life the best way you can. And me, even though you might feel cheated out of life, that you're supposed to have more, still be thankful for what you do have because it's going to get better. Like me, because the jobs that I deserve, I wasn't getting and still not getting. I know I'm qualified for certain level jobs and I don't get them, but I took what I can. So you guys do the same, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you. Take what you can. Don't never feel you're too big for anything. All right. Bye. Thank you.